Another round, another round. Get it in.
Yeah.
Here's the item.
You got it. See him again. My name is Logan, born and raised in Missoula, Montana. Grew up hunting locally throughout the state of Montana. Loved hunting my whole life, and this year, 2025, I was lucky enough to draw an Idaho non-resident moose tag. Drew a Montana moose tag in 2022. After that, I'm in the penalty box for 7 years, so trying my luck in Idaho, and it paid off. Working 7 hours away, pretty big job that requires a lot of time commitment. I elected to go with the outfitter, and I'm sure happy I did. I chose Pinpoint Outfitters, first class outfit from top to bottom. Justin the cook, Ralph the guide, and then Matt the head honcho there. Captain Clopper, sure was a pleasure to get to meet him, and can't forget about the camp dog Jake either. Working 7 hours away, I don't think I could do the tag justice without hiring that outfitter. There just would have been little to no scouting, and there would have been a 1 week window. I wanted to maximize my time, and Pinpoint helped me do that. There was no doubt in my mind I wanted some family and friends along for the hunt. That's just important to any hunt, is the people you share it with. So my old man Doug Bond was on the top of the list, and then my great friend Chance Stack. He's another one of those guys that loves the area we were hunting, spends tons and tons of time fishing up there, a little time working up there, and he knows the magic better than anyone else. So I remember that morning was pretty hectic. I went and picked up Chance at his place, and then we decided to make a stop at the Sportsman's Warehouse, which was a pretty good call. After looking at the forecast, there was a little bit of rain, so we got some rain gear and we hit the road. Got into camp, it was a beautiful sunny day. We got settled into our wall tent, met up in the cook shack right after getting settled in, and Ralph broke out the trail cam photos, and there was plenty of moose in the area. There was one bull, the big one, the target bull. Just a giant. We knew he was 50 plus inches, and he had been around, but he wasn't super camera friendly. He was a little camera shy, in fact. Ralph had also let us know that there was another 50-inch bull that had gotten shot a few days prior. Being a once in a lifetime hunt, I wanted a good bull, but I wasn't necessarily going to hold out for that particular bull. I just wanted a good hunt and a good bull. When we were in the cook shack that first day, he said, "You guys came to hunt, so we'll hunt tonight." There was plenty of light left, so piss hot, pecker hard, we were ready to go, and we set off. So we set off for Duck Lake, parked the truck ways back, did the sneak in, nice and quiet, bit of a hike, about 3 miles in, and finally got there, set up. We all assumed our positions. Ralph with the moose call, and then my dad and Chance kind of in the background, and then myself on shooter position. And like I said, it's a bit of a hike back there, so we settled in, and Ralph let her eat on the call, and we waited, and it was rainy that day. I do recall that quite well. In fact, the whole trip was pretty rainy. Typical North Idaho, I guess. We sat and we called, and we sat and we called, and eventually I saw a flash. Pulled up the binos, and sure as shit, there was a bull moose on the sprint, headed right for us. So Ralph worked his magic on that call, brought him right in. I think it was about 250 yards. He stood there broadside. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
You could see the steam rolling off his nostrils. He was licking his lips trying to get our scent, but he was a rotten bull, and that's what we came for. So that was extremely exciting. I was eyeing him up through the scope. He presented a shot, plenty of opportunity there for about 5 minutes. Ralph and Chance, they were encouraging a shot. I was thinking, I was hemming and hawing. Funny, he had one of his paddles was dang near black. I think he'd been in the mud raking around, and so that kind of made him look smaller than he was, just because that black paddle and that behind that dark timber. And then he was a real nice bull, of course, but he was kind of weak in the paddle. So we were hemming and hawing, and eventually elected to let him pass. I wanted to hunt, and I came to hunt rotten bulls, and of course that right there is exactly what I came for. But I didn't want it to end that quick. I wanted to put some more hiking, some more work in, and see what else was out there. So great first night out there. Yeah, that just wasn't the one, wasn't the time. Headed to camp. One of the beauties of hunting with pinpoint is you're going to be taken care of. So we get back to camp. The atmosphere is second to none. Got to share the meal with Craig Klopper, one of a kind human being. It was a pleasure to meet him. And then we got to meet Chris and his son as well. So Chris, major player in this whole hunt. He is Ralph's best friend. The idea with Chris is, we'll hunt one spot and he'll be putting eyes and ears in some other areas as we're going. As we were enjoying the meal that night, everyone, of course, were swapping stories about today's hunt. I do remember vividly Captain Klopper, after we talked about the bull we saw, he'd asked, would you shoot him on the last day? And the answer to that question is yes. Everyone knows the rule. Don't pass on the first day if you shoot him on the last. Well, I don't believe in that rule super hard, so we passed him.
Get her done.
Are you gonna take a shower?
Woke up in the wall tent about 3 a.m. It was pouring rain, just coming down. The whole week was pretty rainy. Couldn't really ask for anything better for a bull moose hunt in the north woods of Idaho. I mean, it was wet. Plan was already set. We were going right back to where we were the night before. So we get there early, far before dawn, make the long trek in a couple miles, and then set up in the same exact spot. Ralph again working his magic on the call. Ralph was ripping the bull magnet moose call by Alaskan Remote Guide Service. Not long after that, we had a bull on the lake. It was directly across from us. I think it was about 450 yards. And it was the same bull as the night before. And what Captain Klopper had said the night before had me thinking more and more. I was thinking, if he comes around like he did last night, I think I'll take him. Me and Ralph tried to kind of make a play on him but he just sifted back into the deep dark timber, and there's no point in going after him there. This is North Idaho, it's thick. The way to hunt a moose is to call them, especially that time of year. Called for a couple more hours that morning. About mid-morning, probably 11 or 12 o'clock, we decided to go try another spot. A couple miles on the truck and then a couple more miles afoot up to a place, Scooter Lake. So Scooter Lake is kind of special to me. I actually grew up fishing there. Me and my buddy Coop used to go up there with our float tubes and fish. Nice cutthroats all summer. It's beautiful. This lake is picturesque. There's cliffs on a couple different sides, thick timber, just beautiful, beautiful spot. Late mid-morning, early afternoon, did some calling there. No luck. That was all right. We were hunting, we were happy, and we made the hike out that day. I think we went back to camp, a little midday nap, and then that night the hunt was on again. We were going back to Duck Lake. Seemed to be a hot spot. It was a slow night, but there was just no action. I mean, we called and we sat, and that's all right. But that kind of wrapped up day two. The sun went down and we hiked out in the dark. Went to bed that night. I think I remember waking up again. It was pissing rain, a little more than we'd hoped for, but it is what it is. You can't control the weather. Headed back to Duck Lake. Seemed like a hot spot. So morning of day three, that's where we went. We called and we called and we called, and nothing came in. It did have me questioning though, dang, maybe should have capitalized on some of those opportunities. Yeah, it was a good morning. We hiked out to the truck, and that midday we did some scouting around the unit. Didn't see any moose during the day, but the plan for the night was to head back to Duck Lake. I believe we got there about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'd elected to sit in kind of a different spot on the lake. By this time, I would have been plumb happy for that first night bull to come out. But again, we sat there that night, we called, and nothing came out. Don't pass on the first day what you shoot on the last. Thinking about that, really getting into my head, things are slow. Chris, who'd been scouting a different area, another high mountain lake, big hike in, and he had got into some moose action. He had heard what was undoubtedly a bull moose thrashing around in the bottom. Over a nice meal, we elected that would be where we hit in the morning. We were going to the spot that Chris had scouted. We knew there was a bull in there and he was hot the day before. We were gonna give him hell there. So woke up extra early. It was a real bitch getting into that spot. I'll tell you, the hike was not super long mile-wise, but it was steep and it was thick, and we were off-roading it. Perfect moose country, and there was no question as to why Chris and Ralph brought us there. The plan kind of was to sit there all day. And that plan changed about 11 or 12 o'clock. We were all getting a little restless, walking around the granite and just spotting and calling, and we didn't see anything. We'd elected to go cross country. The weather was good. The rain wasn't coming down super hard at the time, so the plan was set. Chance, myself, and our guide Ralph, we were going to cross country at about 7 miles back to Duck Lake. About 11 o'clock, I do believe it was, and we hiked and we called and we hiked and we called and we hiked and we called, and it was quite enjoyable to put some miles on through that country. It's thick and it's beautiful.
Ooh. 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 Ooh.
When we got about 2 miles away from Duck Lake, we were on an old road. You could call it a road. It hasn't been a road forever, but very overgrown and everything else. We started getting into some moose sign. And there was a definitive pair of tracks, a cow and a calf, traveling this road. You could just tell that these tracks were fresh and they were headed towards the lake. So that fit within our plan, no problem. It's getting towards that time of night. Let's get back to the lake and let's see what we can make happen. So we've got right back on those tracks and to the lake we went. Probably about 1,000 yards from the lake. We all kind of got together and had a quick huddle, elected to put one in the tube. Our fearless leader Ralph was leading the way, sneaking through some thick timber, and as you get there, it gets kind of more open and kind of an old road. And as we walk down this road, more and more country reveals itself. So eventually, we're getting probably maybe 100 yards from the wide open, and there he is. All you can see is paddles. That grass was just thick enough on his body that it had me seriously questioning the shot. Right on the edge of the timber, so one way in and he was gone forever. He gave us plenty of time. I was steady on him, just kind of working that outline of his vitals through my scope and through that glass, and eventually I felt confident enough.
Another round. Get it in. He's got him.
Shoot him again. Down.
Fun!
Yeah!
Yeah, baby!
Yeah, baby! That's a big one, dude. Target bull fucking dead.
Woohoo!
Yeah, baby! Get up.
Where the fuck are we?
Yeah.
Huh? So he's right.
Oh, that's why we were over there. I was
He's
so
right
confused.
down from. He's exactly across the lake. So let's take a look at him real quick too. He's a dinker. Yeah. He's a dinker.
Dude, you just shot the one on fucking camera.
Make sure we get him down.
He's down. He ain't getting up. Ugh.
So far? Yeah, Bond.
He's a winner.
Well, I think it's
Just can't believe it happened.
Put it all together, baby.
Not on a bull like this. We knew it was gonna happen. It just took persistence, and then we got lucky. A little bit of luck never hurt nobody. Yeah, that's a good one. It was celebration time. We'd got him. We didn't know exactly what we had. We thought he was the bull that we'd seen pictures of. Nonetheless, we knew it was a good bull. We could have been happier. We got to hunt, which was the best part of the whole thing. Like, most of the reason I passed a bull on the first day is because I wanted to hunt, and we got to hunt, and it all paid off. It was just a magical time. I mean, we just spent 3 days in God's country, put down a legendary Boone and Crockett North Idaho bull. The legend of the Lochsa was down. We had plenty of hands, so it made for light work.
What are you doing? Good. Sit. Strap on. You want to rat walk with him, maybe?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, shit, go.
Smile, Logan.
Halfway. We woke up quite early that morning, packed up, said our goodbyes. it was tough to say goodbye a little bit. You know, that camp dog Jake had really grown on me through those days. Good dog, good people, good food. I wasn't quite ready to leave, but it was time. So Chance and I hit the road. My dad drove as well. He kind of took all the gear, and we had to go get that moose checked in. Set forth from where we were at in the Lochsa kind of remote area to Salmon, Idaho. A bit of a drive, but we were happy to make it, get that moose checked in and make sure that they had all the information that they needed to help seasons in the future and help others get this same opportunity. All-time record, or all-time Boone and Crockett for Shiras is 155. So we were pretty confident he'd make it. Obviously there's a 60-day drying period in there. So as soon as that 60 days was up, I beat feet for Miles City and headed back to Missoula. And Chance and I took him down to Boone and Crockett and got him scored. He came back at 168 and 2/8. When I drew the tag, obviously big dreams. That's the same with any hunt. Whether you're going to the back 40 for a white-tailed deer hunt or you're going to shoot ducks down at the slough. We all got big dreams the night before. Sometimes the big dreams pan out. This was one of those times. Pinpoint Outfitters took such great care of us. Like I said earlier in the film, these are friends for life. I'll be back there. Can't thank them enough. Can't thank Ralph enough. Chris as well for electing to spend his hard-earned time off with us, helping on the hunt. And thank you to the great state of Idaho. Here's the empty can adventures for capturing this hunt on film.
Edit that one out.
That'll be fine.
I want the unedited version.
Stop. Yeah, cut that.